105真好。
你要看吗？
我不要。
啊，
我这是105的9。
好像听不太到。你要调一下吗？不是，其实哪有？
我很先
你不可以有，
我
可以有距离的限制，那边是
我觉得超害怕，画面那没问题。
也是你的责任去处理。
嗨
，Hello，
老师们这东西放那边。
怎样？没事，只是觉得画架旁边的空间可以再少一点。
我要拿过去。
我直播画面，我觉得画架旁边的空间可以，就是画架旁边。
你说还要再靠近一点，
对啊，感觉啦。
怎么了吗？我们是这样瞧，觉得还 OK 了。
我想说，可以在，
对，因为已经定焦。
哦，对，
它是不定焦，
看那个倒水风来。
我 YouTube 底下上 OK。
那你看过哪些啊？
雨春可以的，可以的。你看，已经开始串流，
开始了啊！
赶快先放边边。
倒数11分钟。
我其实已经上线了。
我就有看到。
你有看到？
就是这样，
它
倒数，
它还是正式时间它才会开始。
应该是。一直开始。
对，我其实因为我现在开始，所以理论上就已经开始。所以现在我有收音吗？
它的声音好像有延迟。
一定会，YouTube 一定会。
送你一个。
现在是玉纯，玉纯。
瑞奇，我不能问你那个胖
啊？
胖干嘛？
你应该把声音 大概 delay 了。
最后一张那个班子也是。
是不是应该先把声音关了？
是怎样？
我如果这里关，这个是喇叭还是麦克风？麦克风应该是里面这个，
要把它拉掉。
这个吗？这个是麦克风。 是我们光课几个月我们进，不过反正就这样。我看一下。
那我帮忙看顺便上。
All right. So the invited reviewers want to see the front desk. Come here. Don't be shy. You won't be in the screen. 评审们可以到前面，就是老师们，贵宾们。All right. So welcome to the class observation for the biological science illustration. I'm Jer-Ming, the instructor, and I'm not quite sure if the Zoom meeting or the YouTube is actually working well, and I hope so. If not, we'll see how it goes. So basically, this course is back here. Okay. So close. Okay. So basically, this course, this course is designed to teach the students the basic techniques about the biological illustrations and using different objects, particularly from the Zoological Museum and the Aquarium. So we have been working on the whole semester to illustrate the fishes, the insects, the plants, and vertebrates, and so on. And so today is the final presentation for the students, and we are going to have the students stand in the group and present one minute roughly to explain their final project. So without any further ado, we are going to start now. So we'll let the okay, please hand out your product.
要帮忙，要给我先签，应该先加。不是这样。
Hi, my name is Zhang Xinyu, and my work is a collection of 4 skulls of different kinds of birds. Each of them have different diets and living environments. The first one, the upper left one, is the shoebill, which is a carnivore eating fish and amphibia in muddy water. And the next one is the Chilean flamingo, which will dip its head upside down into water to eat shrimps and algae. The third one is rhinoceros hornbill, which, like flamingo, is also an omnivore. The impressive structure on its head can be used for communication purpose. And the last one is the skull of dodo bird, which has become extinct since 17th century. And it shows that its heavy beak can feed mainly on fruit and seeds. That's a quick introduction of my work. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And so next we have the second presenter, Alex. stand right here.
下一位何星辰。
Yeah, okay, go ahead. Go
Okay. Hi, my name is Alex. I chose to illustrate Drosera spathulata for my final project. This species is in the family Droseraceae, commonly known as the sundew family. The sundews are a group of carnivorous plants, and they attract insects to their leaves where they get stuck in the sticky hairs. They secrete a sweet substance called mucilage, which attracts the insects, and then enzymes are used in order to break down and digest the prey. These plants are known to grow in wet, soggy, poor nutrient soils, so the insects are used as nutrients to supplement for the poor soil composition. And this species in particular you can find in Yangmingshan on the sides of wet rock surfaces. I was able to find the species myself and was super surprised by its size because I thought it was actually going to be a lot bigger. This drawing here is scaled up by a magnitude of 3, so you can consider this species to be small but mighty. I chose to illustrate the microhabitat instead of illustrating each of its biological parts. Although I was able to find the population, I was not able to get a direct specimen in order to do a detailed dissection. And I chose watercolor in order to highlight all of the brilliant colors of the habitat and the species itself. If I were to do this project again, I think I would make it even bigger so that I could really get all of the details and perhaps the detail of an insect on one of the glandular hairs. Thank you.
何星辰在吗？
Hi, I'm Ho Xing Chen from the Forestry Department. And this painting, I'm trying to show the taxonomy characters of this species. First of all, we can easily recognize that it is a species of class Procanthidae from the ratio of its eye diameter to the head length. And second, we can recognize its order. Recognize its genus by the ratio of the second spine to the 10th spine of its dorsal fin. And finally, we can identify what species it is by the fin formula. Fin formula is like fish fin is composed of spine and rays, and fin formula will show how many spines and how many rays a fish has. For example, this species, it has for its dorsal fin, it has 10 spines and 12 to 14 rays. Okay, so that's what I want to show.
Thank you.
韩语加音有吗？
是我需要翻译。
你需要翻译。
讲中文。
有人会日文翻译吗？没有。会吗？可以吗？
好了吗？
哦。我是森林系的陈雨佳，然后我画的是高山蔷薇，对，然后就是我把它的从花苞到开花和结果的状态都画在同一张图上，但它其实就是开花大概是5到8月，然后7到10月才要结果，但是就是让大家可以看到，就是这些东西长在它上面的样子是这样。然后另外我就是有特别强调就是一些特征，像这个就是它的托叶和叶柄是合生的，然后还有就是它花苞到花，然后到果的过程，就是它一开始2片会留在上面，然后 到最后会渐渐脱落，然后留下生果。对，大概是这样。
Okay, very quick summary in English. So this is a drawing of Rosa transmorphogenesis, and including the different stage from the flowering bud, flowers, into fruit, and in combination for some of the details. And I think that's about it. Okay, thank you.
I chose the scaly stars for my topic, and it is one of my favorite birds. And I try to display as many details as possible because drawing a bird on the paper is a little bit boring. So I picked a photo with the bird holding to a form in its mouth, and it made foraging to feed its brood.
Okay, thank you. So we have next presenter.
Hi, my name is Li Yunshen from the Forestry Department, and I draw short-tail albatross, plumage development pattern. And according to the research by Kono Satoshi and Kono Miwa, at first the Belgian chick feather is black and they will turn to white from the under body to the top body and from tail to the head. So the yellow head will be the last part change. And the male reach final plumage pattern at the age about 8 to 15, and female at about 11 to 20. And the center one is about 15 years old, and this one is 10 years old. This one is 5 years old, and this one maybe 8, I guess, and this one is 0, 3 months old. Yes, thank you.
Okay, hello, my name is Tai Yixing, and what I draw is 3 genus of Fagaceae in Taiwan. And there are 4 genus of Fagaceae in Taiwan is Fagus, and Castanopsis, and Lithocarpus, and Quercus. And I draw, and these 3 genus have the most species. So I picked one of the species in those 3 genus to draw. And the 3 genus have different kind of cupule, and it is a cup-like structure to cover the fruit, the nut. And in Lithocarpus, its cup-like structure is scale-like, and in some of the species in Quercus, it will be a circle. And in Castanopsis, the cup-like structure will have some spine on it. And that is my presentation. Thank you.
哦，天哪！Aloha. Hello, my name is Ray Chi Chen, and this is my picture. My topic is 黄生跳机位. His speech name is Spring Grasses Sensosoma, and its common name is wheat fish, which means that it loves to get in habitat at a place that have plenty seaweed, and it is generally distributed at the western of the Pacific, and in Taiwan, except for the western seashore, we can see that it can distribute at the northern and eastern southern seashore of the Taiwan. And this structure called cirrus is the specific characteristic of its family named Clinton, and this fish is quite small and it will get in habitat at the place, get the intertidal place of the Taiwan seashore and hide under a rock or the seaweed. And I try to use the watercolor to present its complex pattern. Okay, that's all. I try my best. You try.
Hello, my name is Yuan Ziqi from the Department of Entomology. This is the golden jellyfish in Palau. It is generally well known that the golden jellyfish is in each marine lake in Palau have evolved in isolation and are now all unique. I want to show the differences between the ancestor and the most well-known species of the jellyfish lake. And the upper one is Mastigas papula, the ancestor. And many research tell that this is the most have lived and look like the species we find in the ocean around Palau today. And its bell can large up to 35 centimeters and centimeters bell diameters. But I draw a smaller one so they can put it together in the same picture and also shows the details. And this is Mastigas papula. It is so neat, and it is a subspecies that we often saw at the tourism of the jellyfish lake. And it has the shorter and the smaller bell. It can only up to 15 centimeters bell diameter, and it has a shorter trailing cups. And that's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
大家好，我是师大生科的。大家好，我是师大生科的谢天宇。然后这是我画的，这是大圆筒，因为我们实验室在做，就是它的辐射对称。然后这是做出来的园艺品系，所以它是呈辐射对称。然后还有特别描写一些它的比较细部的构造，像是它的 花粉啊，不然这是它的花药粘合部分，然后这是它的花苞，然后这是全株植物的样子，然后下面这是在凸显它的特征，这是它的就是全株几乎都有毛，然后它的柱头旁边几乎有这些密线，然后这是它的果实，然后大概就是这样。好，谢谢。
Quick summary. So this is a plant from the Jesmeraceae family, and one of her research material by herself. So with some of the detail enlarged, but you missed the scale bar. All right. So we are going to have a break for everyone. But feel free to add any comments. I don't know if you can see anything online. So, Dr. Ogata, so I see you.
Or
Yes. Yes, I would like to take a look for the actual class right now. So actually, people here. Okay. Good to know. There are 36, but I also invited some of the local administrators and instructors in the class as well. So there should be more than 50 people right now. Yeah. So we'll probably have some of the detailed view later. And I would just quickly let you know that we also have the professional illustrator demonstrate their own work. So for the student to see right here. So anyway, we'll have the short break here, like 5 minutes, and we'll get back to the second group. Is that okay? Sorry for some of the chaos.好，那我们先休息5分钟一下哦，大家可以在前面看一下这个老师的作品。传一下。
对呀，这么多人吗？怎么念出来？那个我是说中有那种把你自家背景的功能吗？吗？为什么会有这种讯号？我来看看啊，还有哦。
我觉得可以在这个角度比较近一点。如果老师这个点
没有，你要不要拿过去？啊，你是最后一个报告吧？因为是很大。OK， 那你可以不要报告。可是你有话，你就可以来报告啊，没关系啊，我可以交作业就好。你就来报告啊，没关系，可以啦。
可以。
好了，你都报完了是要怎样？
这样我们可以比较。
那下一个先姐姐。
可以比较早笑完它，然后就回去睡觉。
因为我们是10、20，帮你还是我帮你看姐姐的场次在哪里？
姐姐场次。
对啊。好啊，那姐姐的。
可是睡下去了，错过了就没了。
你跟姐姐瞧一下，姐姐可以就可以了。快点，
姐姐看起来是不想面对啊，肯定是不想。
我拿个这个测试，还是拿姐姐的？
好啊。
什么？到我桌上，你的手机可以借我一下吗？
是不是要高一点？
高一点嘛，要看那个比较准。
不然可是这边过来，
这个是这个的。
那就是后面要高一点啊，不然的话就要站到这样子。Oh shit！
可以，有人会
夹起来，夹起来。
Okay, we are going to start our second sessions. Please come back. So, what are the students will do about?
介绍一下来，等我介绍完。
So before we start our second session, actually, I would like to take the opportunity to make a very brief introduction for
他可以小声一点吗？因为现在有
the
在
advisor here. Okay, so I'll just probably just randomly. Okay, well, I'll start just probably from here. So I will just call out you guys. Say hi. And Ji-Wei-Ning. And we have Dr. Alex on back. And Wu Huiliu here. And Zhu Jingye. 叶书记，你要叫孔轩也是轩玉 and 运动券 from here and 朱佩璇 here and 江云涵、김家卫、王汉瑶、金瑶 right here. Okay, probably. I'll probably going to probably show their work later. Okay, so let's move back. Camera. For the second group of presenter, who's the first? Okay.
Hi guys. My name is Li Kai, and okay. Here's what I draw, and it's an Arctic warbler. It's a kind of leaf warbler, and leaf warblers are a group of birds that are super hard to identify. And most people tend to focus on their color, their plumage. But for me, it's also important to look at the shape and the length of each part of the bird. For example, this Arctic warbler, they have rather long bill, and their head is proportionally smaller, and the whole body is very thin and long. Then, okay, and we can check out its plumage. They have two wing bars. Yet one of them often got worn out and disappeared. And that's why sometimes I think it's more important to check out the length of each part of the body, because the plumage of the bird could be really changeable. And that's about it. Thank you.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Liao Changyou. My topic is Christy Goshawk. Christy Goshawk is the most common bird of prey in Taipei City, and this is the father and his babies. The male will take care of their baby with the female. And there's this string nest came in Danforth Park in Taipei recently, and it's very popular. Sometimes there are more than 1,000 people watching the video at the same time, and many people love this family, including me. So I decided to draw them as my topic. Thank you.
徐硕文、陆雅欣。叫，对不起，你没有签到，不好意思，帮你讲一下。没关系，
行。
不好意思。
Okay.
Hi everyone, my name is Xu Shuoyu and I'm from the School of Forestry. And I choose the species Murraya paniculata. It's a common garden plant in Taiwan, and usually we can see the small tree plant on the roadside. And its flower has fragrance, and it has compound leaf and panicle inflorescence. So we can also see a bunch of flower when it's in full bloom. And it's a good material for bowl, and because it has good elasticity of its branch, and it can grow quite big, and the big tree is very expensive. And that's about my work. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm from the forestry department. I am Yaxing Liu, and my topic is 铁线蕨, also known as maiden hair fern. The scientific name is Adiantum capillus fernaris. And this is a very popular plant popular foliage plant. It has a lot of varieties. And when I was drawing this specimen, I noticed a very interesting part that every split, like big split on this plant, the vines starts from the very beginning of its leaf. So these are two separate vines. They go to two separate leaf parts. That breaks up. So I think it's a very distinct character for this plant. Thank you.
Next.
Hello everyone, I'm Chen Bojun and I'm from Department of Life Science. And my picture's topic is the divergent evolution and convergent evolution. I chose pigs, dolphin, and fish to show this. And this is a fin of the dolphin and a fin of the fish. They look a little common, but if we look detail in their bones, we will discover that pigs and dolphins' fins were more like this. And the relationship between pigs and dolphin is divergent evolution. And the fin of a dolphin and fish is convergent evolution. That's all. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Su Yijia, and the topic of my illustration is Mesophoria. This species is a common endemic species in Taiwan. We often see this species on the medal in our college. So I want to use my illustration to introduce this beautiful species. In addition to the morphological characteristic, I also want to show the differences between Mesophoria and Mesos humulus, because these two species have similar habitat and they also look alike. So in my illustration, I want to show the difference, including the color of the lower lip and the size of the flower, and also the shape of the calyx.
Method Fourier lobe to health and Method Tumulus lobe deeper. And hope you will like this species. Thanks.
黄曼君。
Hello everyone, I'm Huang Manjun from Life Science. And as you can see, my topic is sparrow, Passer mountainus. Have you ever heard an endemic species called bow sparrows? It's an endemic species of NTU. No, I'm just kidding, it's just feather sparrows. Okay, so look at the upper two sparrows. I drew them in continuous actions to illustrate the flying process. And this one, sparrow have 18 flight feeders with primary, secondary, and tertiary, and their tail feeders. Okay, so the last three sparrows, I drew them with different kind of scales. This with points diagram, and this with watercolor and color pencil, and this with pencil sketch to in honor of this semester. Okay, thank you for your listening.
Hi everyone, my name is Dong Xiangfan, and I'm going to introduce my work to you. And it's about a snake called 赤背松柏根. And because the snakes are my favorite animal, so I pick it as my topic. And 赤背松柏根 is the snake, the first snake I met in a while, so it's significant to me. And it has a pattern. Looks like a letter Y on its top of its head. And it also have a bright red band on its back. But unfortunately, my specimen has faded, so its band is disappeared. To show everyone the real color of it, I draw the lateral side of its head. So this picture is according to a photo taken on when he is alive. So you can see the real color of it, and that's my work. Thank you.
And hello everyone, my name is Ding Yi, and this work is about a kind of common mushroom which often found on ground in the broadleaf forest. And this is the fruiting body, and this is the spore print, and you can see the gills is notched, and this is the hyaline spores, and these two are basidials, which generates the spores. And this is the hyphae, and the hyphae has a clamp on it, and this kind of mushroom has a common name which called giant mushroom, which means it's very huge. And I just saw it in NTU, and it is edible, but it seems that it's not test that flavor. Okay. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. My classmates and ladies and gentlemen. I'm Clement, and I got recently transferred from Diploma of Philosophy to Life Science in just last year. And what am I presenting here is a blue whale. And for whales is something, it's something so magnificent that I love it very much since when I was very young, yes. And I always wondered why this kind of creature can grow up be so large and so easy while they are swimming in the water. And so to have research on cetacean has always been a passion and what I want to do, even though I studied in philosophy first. And so I presented blue whale here, and it looks a little bit like an illustration on those kids' storybooks or something like that. I actually don't mean to do so, but as you see, the blue whale is something gray and bluish, that kind of things. While you are observing it in water or in the sky or on the boat, you will have a different kind of aspect and the color of it. So yeah, I just tried to paint it in something bluish like this. Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Okay, this concludes our second group of presentation. So we are going to have another break, and so all of you can come to the front and take a closer look for their work as well. So, okay, let's take a break. And,
好看，以后什么都没有想到，就是看你大部分不要看。他一直都会讲，就没有问题。
我刚刚讲到什么？我讲到好像他是不是跟有他好像是按照学号，我觉得他要画的就是让他不会认得，看不太出来。
在这后面，
学生的报告，学生的研究报告，对，看起来那个还蛮像的。
监看学生的反应。
太棒了，你不要停，你好爱硕班的。哪有我想他是不是教人？不会，他都常在哦，是呀。花味，大碗花味。对对对 ，OK， 的确不一样，不一样。然后当时一看他这个，好啊，我只走过去了，把三天不一样再把它加上去。这边直接理解，这个到理解资料都很好，要你们拿送学生。不要跟这个反弹。所以我会讲奇怪，那个社会院的地报展报名比赛讲了报这个要来当什么？难道前几年都没有出现吗？今年才出现。对，我都跳下去，里面的地方在那个这个还是有它楼下找到那个干的， Yeah. It's all gone. Oh.开始了吗？
应该寄出去啦。
去，那我再去。
Gmail 的 Gmail 的，嗯。
这个帮我签一下。
我签。
这两个。
这个也是吗？当然不对。对。
他每次颜料不小心碰到。不要，我不知道那什么东西啊。
Okay, I want to start our third group. Okay, we are going to start our third group.
I like it.
Okay, so let's start. The third group, we have 14 students, so we are going to finish them at the same time. Let's start with the first.
Hello everyone, my name is Huang Jieli and I'm from Life Science Department of NTU. And I'm going to introduce my picture. And in this picture we can see two humpback whales floating in the ocean. And humpback whale is a very unique whale in cetaceans. And its most significant feature is its long flippers that can span up to a third of its body length. And it's not very big among marine whales, and its body length is only about 13 to 15 meters long. And it lives in nearly all of the ocean on the earth. And it has very unique behavior that when they hunt, they will gather in groups and blow underwater to form a bubble curtain. And after that, they will emerge from the bottom of the bubble curtain to catch their prey. And if you are very interested in these magnificent creatures, you can go on a whale watching tour to see these beautiful creatures in person. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Li Qianchen from Life Science, and this is the fossil of Australopithecus mani. And this is a species of sea urchin lives in the sea. And they have the armors composed of the bone plate, and their body have 5 holes, can let the sea wave to pass the hole and prevent sea wave invert them. So they can adapt the environment under the sand. That's all. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Roan Hu. I'm from the Department of Life Science. My topic is the comparative anatomy between water deer and the humans. There are many similarities between two species, including the frontal bone, squamous muscle, and plating. And moreover, those bones compose the operating regions. However, there are also something different. The squamous muscle and the temporal is a different part of two species. In water deer, the temporal lobe is covered by the squamous muscle bone. However, in humans, the squamous muscle bone is fused with the thyroid process and temporal fossa to become the temporal bone. So there's the difference between two groups. That's my introduction. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Liao Yiru from Life Science, and my work, although it's hands-on, and it is a reconstruction of a fossil tortoise, Monuara oyamai. It is published in 2003, and this fossil is found in Okinawa, the Ryukyu Islands, and it is aged around 20,000 years ago, and it is different from its closest relative. In the cervical scute, it is longer than wild, and the annual notch is shallow. And for the timing and the location are very close to Taiwan, which means in the future we are very possible to find a tortoise fossil in Taiwan here. Thank you.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Luo Renbo, and my subject I chose is the genus about plants, Swantia. And the Swantia is belong to the Gentiaceae, and its genus in Taiwan have 5 species. And I also draw the 5 species flower here. And this genus has the most colorful flower in Taiwan. And you can also see it has the nectar on their petals. And on petals to attract the insects, and also it has different kinds of colors. So thank you.
Okay. Hi, my name is Wu Yimei from the Institute of the Ecology and Evolution Biology. And today my main topic is the special pollination of the beerland.
viola is a genus of plants. I want to draw them not only because they are pretty, also because they have special mechanism for the pollination. So let's start. And this is the frontal view of the viola. And this picture shows the whole structure of the viola. And it doesn't like other flowers just appear the bud come, and it has a very special long spur, and it contains the nectar, and its pollinator bee, it comes for the nectar, and when they come to the flower, it settles on the petal, and when it wants to get the nectar, they need to go deeply into the flower. So when they go deeply into, it will scratch the answer, and the answer have a special shape. It have a spoon-like appendage, and it has full of the pollen. Then when the bee squish the spur-like appendage, the pollen fall onto the bee. So the head is have some pollen on them, and after that it go to another flower. Then the pistil also have some special structure. They have a needle-like structure, and when the bee touch the pistil, then it goes up. What happens when it goes up? The pistil inside is a space full of the liquid. When the pistil goes up, the liquid pull up, and the liquid pull up will stick the pollen on the bee so that it can touch the pollen on the bee. Then okay, I'm finished. Yeah, thank you for your listening.
Hello, my name is Yampei Lee. I'm from NTU IB department. I chose to illustrate butterflies because their beauty and diversity have always fascinated me. In particular, I chose milkweed butterflies because they are famous for their ability to migrate far distances, and they feed on milkweed plants as their host plants. I drew the monarch butterfly, or Danaus plexippus, and the blue-striped crow butterfly, Eupoia mulcifer, because they are each from the two countries that I call home, the United States, where I grew up in, and Taiwan, where I was born. Specifically, I chose the blue-striped crow because out of the four butterflies, its size and color pattern is the most similar to the monarch. For both butterflies, I illustrated all four stages of its life cycle, from the egg to the larva at its fifth instar to the pupa and to the adult female. Both butterflies can live up to about 8 months and span about 4 generations, and they migrate north for the summer and south for the winter, as you can see with the map in the background. And that's it for my presentation. Thank you for listening.
Hello everyone, my name is Jer-Ming. Today I want to introduce
introduce dolphins that often appear in the western water of Taiwan and their behavior underwater. Long salty beaner dolphin water surface behavior is quite active. They will jump out of the water and rotate sideways on average 3 to 4 laps before falling back into the water. Paratropical body dolphins have lively maritime behavior such as jumping up to 3 to 4 meters, boat riding, and tail slapping. And fresher dolphins often appear in large groups with lively behavior and fast swimming speed, and is very sensitive to the approach of ships. Those resort dolphins have a calm personality and less tail slapping. Thank you for listening.
Hi everyone, my name is Chen Yaqi. I drew 5 poison frogs, and they are 3 times larger than the original size. And I focus on their morphology and the color of their skin. As we can see here, the flame poison dart frog is the smallest one. The adult of it can only reach 2 to 3 centimeters. And we can also see that some of the frog looks really fat, and we can see the shape of the bone on their back. There are curves, and they might be the female frogs. And these two, their back are flat. They might be the male frogs. And I think poison frogs are really impressive. I recommend you all visit Taipei Zoo to see the beautiful creatures. Thank you very much.
Okay. Hi, I'm Yan Cai from the Institute of the Ecology and Evolutionary Biology, and this is my final project. Is about plant species, and it is Aroma augusta. It belongs to the Moraceae, also called cotton family, in Chinese Antennia. So its distribution is from the southern part of China and southern to south of Vietnam, Thailand, and Malaysia, Philippines, and even far east to Solomon Islands. But it skipped to Taiwan, so Taiwan is no record. So I try to draw the floral pattern because it is very complicated and somehow a little bit weird, because its component is called divorce cotton. So I draw the whole flower, and then each part of the flower is besides. So the first one is the sepal of the flower, and the surface is scattered some petals, and then the unique part of the flower is the petal, and as you can see, the base of the petal is hooked and a little bit narrow. So, and then body is become more round and wider. Then the inner part is about the stamen, the male organ. So here is a septum. The septum's function is to separate the female organ and the male organ. So in case of they get self-pollination. So this is the reason why I try to draw this complicated flower. That's it. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Guan Chen. I draw the best species called Rhinolophus monoceros. And the right hand part, I depict their morphology when they rest in the tree. And the left part is the detail of their face. We can see they have identical horseshoe-like nose leaf. And the upper part is about their echolocation code, because they use echolocation code to detect their prey, and they use the constant frequency to detect the prey, and this character help them to detect the prey in clutter environment. That's all. Thank you for your listening.
My name is Grace Wong, and for the final project, I did an illustration of a civet skull study, and with an emphasis on the lateral view. And I completed the dentition here because some of the teeth were missing for the specimen that I was referencing. And for the rectangular square here is a representation of the labels that are often connected to the specimen, and I also included a cartoon illustration of the civet to make it a little bit more playful. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Ye Zixan, and this is my drawing. I drew the marine animal, this so-called leaf sheep, and it's one kind of sea slug. And you may wonder why it's all greenish, because it can incorporate the chloroplast from the algae it feeds on into their body, so they can use it to do photosynthesis. So animals can do photosynthesis as well, although it's taken from the algae. So and these animals can be found in the intertidal zone. So, but it's very small. It can grow to around 5 millimeters. So it's smaller than green beans. So maybe if you're interested in, you may go to the beach to find one of them. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Jin Shi. I come from the Department of Physics, and today I'm going to introduce the desmond fly. which called Montoagrian sclerosis, and we call it 四斑细葱 in Chinese, which indicates the 4 green spots on its back. And the nymphs, which is the young stage of this decimal fly, and the imago is the adult stage of this decimal fly. And the nymphs will undergo a gradual metamorphosis, or called hemimetabolism, before it's reaching the imago. And both of them live in the wetland, where the potential predations and competition from other alternates will be reduced. And however, their inhabitants must be affected by human practice, and they are be classified as the endangered species by IUCN in 1996. And that's all my presentation. Thank you for listening.
Okay. This basically concludes the student presentations of this. So we can have a very nice view for the photos. Well, thank you all for all the hard work of the students, and I think we are likely to welcome the comments. Or we want to take a break first. I mean, for Dr. Okada and Dr. Mishima. Hi.
I think, thank you very much for your presentation. The illustrations are very nice, and I really enjoy it. And I think that scientific drawing need a very different perspectives from the art drawing, and perhaps they have their change in your view for nature, I think. Or I think someone find yourself in your view for yourself. So I can ask you question. Is there anyone who surprised at yourself?
Let me say something different. I forgot to introduce two of you, and these two, the two person on screen. The upper right one is Dr. Okada, who is an entomologist. And sorry, we have to do it this way. And the other one on the lower right, that was the Dr. Mishima, who is a botanist. And both of them work in the museum of Kyushu University. So it was 三岛美佐子 Mishima. 那这是他问问题。I should explain again in Mandarin a little. Okay. 他刚刚的问题是他想要问问你，在你们中间，就是有没有人就是画完之后感觉到自己有点惊讶，可以画成这个样子。Well, yes. There's someone actually they found out they were surprised by themselves. Just use this way. Yeah, they were surprised they can do it after the semester. Any other comments?
Yes, may I?
Sure.
Yeah. Well, probably the purpose of this class is the observation through drawing. And as Dr. Mishima mentioned, this is very important. This is the first step of observation. In my experience, I'm an entomologist. I studied ants, and I drew so many ants. And the shape of the the head or legs is memorized by drawing. This curve is peculiar. This is 3 hairs here, something like that. And when I observe another species, like from Taiwan or from the Ryukyus, well, I compare my memory and actual object. Oh, the hair is just 1 instead of 3, and it can carry that sharp like that. So that's the way all observation and drawing is recall. So I enjoyed your drawing, as Dr. Mishima says. Some feels a sense of volume, some are very explanatory, And please remember your feelings when you draw the objectives. That's the sense of biology. Thank you.
Thank you. So, any other comments from Mishima? Do you want to add more things by any chance? Or we can ask.
从要不要说说看，你有什么感想？没什么感想，因为你也是一个 lecturer， 就是看学生。
哦，是要评语吗？
评语，现在
讲出问题吗？
哦，
我只是用日文跟他讲。我写出一些我觉得问题，可以。
是你就说。
哦。
英語も日本語も下手なので我英文很烂。我觉得大家最大的问题是紙希望，我觉得纸太重。你们纸都没有保持得很好。我不知道是我上次教我画水彩的时候忘记教你们怎么把纸弄平，是不是？老师，我不知道怎么讲。
是啊。
我没有教好。对 ，I forget teach them how to let the paper fret 如果要让纸平的话，在画之前就要贴4边的胶带，这样纸才会平。可是如果呢，你们已经皱掉了，还是有方法可以让它恢复，就是老师，等一下你可能要翻译一下。对，因为我还是忘记这一段要怎么讲，因为我刚刚突然想到，就是如果你是画水彩，在它背面呢，就是用海绵，然后把它铺湿，铺湿之后等它全干，然后再铺湿一次，但是要放在那个毛巾上面哦，然后再把它弄在木板上面，就是它现在湿湿的状态，放在木板上，然后4边用水胶带粘起来。水胶带是一种像牛皮纸的胶带，它的那个样子很像那叫什么邮票，只要你沾了水之后就会非常黏，然后把它4边粘住，等它全干它就会全平。可是这样子去裱平图的话，它4边要割下来，所以你的图会变小。就这2种方法可以让纸变平。那我有些图有点惨不忍睹，这个 这怎么这样折？这是作品哎，不可以这样折。其他的就还不错了，很棒。老师翻译一下。
Well, I will try to translate some part of it, but not criticize part, maybe. So basically, Shu Jing was concerned about the freshness of the product. So you see many of the paper was kind of wrinkled, or even some students they folded, which is not good actually. So to explain how to make the product flat. So basically, when you draw, you have to put a paper tape, surround the whole piece, and for that you will keep your product flat. And also afterwards, there are some several different ways to rescue those kind of already wrinkled one, and I can skip that part. So I don't need to explain it to them. So any other comments? Let me chance. Want to say something? Any other comments from the audience or the students is welcome. Do you have any feelings or how do you feel? Or how do you feel for the class itself? Did you learn something, or did you enjoy it, or is just a big burden? Spend hours and hours of doing tours.
It's a really fun class.
Thank you. Any others?
大家好，我叫黄汉尧，我现在也是在做生态插画，我以前画过科学绘图这样子。就是我觉得大家画得真的很好，然后当然纸有点皱，可是没关系，只要扫描进电脑，后置之后都会很完美的。那我觉得这是科学绘图嘛，毕竟跟绘图是还多了科学两个字，所以就是我想指出，就是会有三个，如果我要评分的话，我可能会有3个标准。就是第一个可能就是他的科学的想法，比如说你如果大部分人都会想说我把它画像，然后把就是每一个特征标注出来，这个也许是形态学方面。那可是我觉得有一些很好的想法，比如说比较解剖学，比如说那个动物的前肢，或者是很类似的物种的比较，或者是有人把或是一些叶脉啦，或者是我觉得这种是比如说演化学，然后相似种的比较，然后行为这些，就是如果你除了形态之外有些别的想法，我会觉得是亮点，因为那是一个你想传达不同的概念这样子。这个是知识，这是我觉得是科学绘图最有趣的，就是说你的知识的想法会加分。那也许你画的不一定那么像，可是我会觉得说，比如说你画出了回游路线，画出了迁徙路线，这个就很棒。那就是会，也许有的人画的很像，但就一个物件，那这个相形起来，在科学传达方面，我觉得前者是比较有想法的，这是第一点。然后第二点是，老师要反应。
So there was Han Yao, and he's also an illustrator himself. So he was trying to make some point about what he think the students can improve the illustration. The first is the scientific part, because this is called scientific illustrations. So you have to put in some of the expression or some understanding of the scientific or biological component, including some of the comparison, anatomy, or any other things you want to put into your thoughts, and then express that into your diagram. And the second part, you will continue.
剩下2个当然就是画作本身。那我觉得其实设计感还蛮重要的，因为如果你是作为一张完整的作品，我觉得例如像你把字描黑就会差很多。如果你是用铅笔写，然后或者是铅笔与黑字交错的话，其实你看起来就像是还没完成。那比如说那个斯贝松伯根，他把字描黑，整个看起来就是一个完整的作品，那个就有点像你后字印出来打字这样子。所以就是说，有时候我们很细致的画一个物件，然后旁边就是忘记了，甚至你的物件随便摆哪个位置都可以。但是我觉得就是排版，然后画面中图文的搭配，其实文字也是非常重要的一个视觉效果。不管你写什么，你就是把它描黑就对了，那就会差很多。所以如果你们还有时间的话，也许就是把一些部分描黑，说不定整个画面就会好看很多。这样，我觉得这个是就是在艺术方面的呈现，你要把它视为一个完整的作品。那当然就是纸也要平，对不对？这样就是整个才看起来就是非常漂亮。然后比如说你的标题框了边，那也许就会是另外一种设计感。我觉得这是第2个面向。你如果要展出原画的话，这个就会差很多。然后第3个可以一起讲，其实就是技巧的问题。那技巧我觉得就是几位老师都介绍很多，但我觉得就是说，如果评分的话，大概是这3个标准：一个就是你的科学的想法，一个就是你艺术的想法，第3个就是你的技巧，你的线条有没有直啊，然后你的颜色有没有精准，有没有涂开等等。对，所以就是大家可能会比较都在想第3点，可是我觉得前2点其实我会蛮看重的，尤其在科学绘图方面。对，大概这样。
Basically, the second point is the design and layout of your illustration, because this is also very important how to express the drawing itself. So including how you place the items, and also how to place the text, and how do you prepare the text in a final form, but not just in pencil, or you should probably boldface somehow, and to highlight those texts, and that are very important in communication in science. So the third point would be the illustration techniques itself. So and Haya also point out that many of the students might probably too focus on the technical part of the drawing itself, but sometimes forget the design layout and or how to provide a sufficient scientific communication is also very important. So he actually has these 3 points, and I think that's also very important for scientific illustration. Okay. Any other comments? In Mandarin is fine. I can just.
你要指定，不然大家都不说话。
不敢指定他们。
大家好，我是王英。然后我自己的 background 是念分身出来的，然后是这几年才。Sorry, English. Okay, my background is trained by the plant molecular biology, and I decided to change my career into scientific illustration in recent years. So I want to, I think all of you do a very good job, because I think when I was a graduated student, how can I draw or what can I draw? Definitely much less than you do. So I think all of you should give yourself a job. But I'm curious about, so after this class, how many of you decide to continue do the scientific illustration? Or some of you think, okay, this is not my thing, I need to go back to do the scientific research? No? Okay. Okay, one thing I want to say is I could feel all of you love the creature you draw. So I very appreciate your passion in the science.
So I will encourage you to keep that passion on the science. And about the skill, I think the skill, after this class, you may understand what level of your skill at. So if you can do a very detailed one, I think you have a very good very good start. But if you find you cannot do it in a very detailed way, I will say it's definitely okay, because there's a lot of different type of scientific illustration. So I think you could keep looking different type of illustrator, whatever is the Taiwanese one or American one, just broad your point of view. Yeah. 就是好，我就想说，科学的插画其实有很多面向，就像黄爱老师刚刚讲的，有些它不需要，它是追求概念式的，所以如果说你发现你没有办法画那么细，画得像别人那么细，我觉得你不用感觉到沮丧，我觉得就是多看。如果说你真的对这一个领域有兴趣的话，你真的就是多看别人的作品，而且你就是持续学好英文，因为国外英文就是会有比台湾多很多的资讯，所以你们可能也要有一个观念，就是你们要 self-taught， 就是自学。然后当然这个课已经是一个很好的开始，就是你知道 resource 在哪里，因为我们今天也有很多很厉害的老师，所以如果课后再有兴趣的话，当然可以自己去问他，然后只要你有一个点开始了，你就会去搜寻相关的资讯，所以你就会变得越来越好。如果说你觉得 OK 我素描不够强，那你就去补素描，然后别的说 OK 我觉得我的水彩很弱，那你就去补水彩。所以就是不是说一开始就一定会 jump 到很高，当然就是一步一步来，因为我想基本上在座已经在这个领域的人应该也都是一步一步往上的，所以我就是想给你们大家鼓励鼓励。我觉得这个课在台湾开很棒，因为如果我大学时期就有这个课的话，我一定就马上报名，而且我不会等到我念完博士班才换领域，所以我觉得大家都很好很棒这样子。对。
I would it's a few words in Mandarin. 王英其实我真的是还蛮佩服他的，就是说，因为他其实还在中研院做了好几年的博士后，所以其实是真的完全跳领域出来。那这个是需要非常非常大的决心。但是的确就是说，在比较早年的时候，没有